So let's get into it. What do we see coming through today with the with the cards? So can I please get 5 cards to start our daily collective reading? Welcome everyone. We are doing the daily collective read for today. It is Wednesday, December 21st. What do we have coming in store for us today? Okay. It's a little rough, but we've been seeing that it's a little rough in the cards all week. But that's okay. We can handle rough. We can definitely handle rough. Hello, everyone who's joining us. What else do I have? Can I have 2 more cards? Whoa, that's way more than 2. Okay, we can do this. We're actually going to read all of the cards today, so we're going to have a little bit more of a deeper collective read than we normally do, because I typically do a 5-card spread for our daily collective, but apparently we need 6 today, so we're just going to go ahead and do the 6. All right, the first thing I'm seeing right now as it relates to what's been going on this week is we're starting off with 5 of Swords in its reversal. So a lot of you are coming out of a situation right now that has caused some difficulty, and there is a sense that that difficulty has passed. So I need to ask you, why are you looking back on it? Why are you reconsidering? Why are you considering going back to a place that was only buried in conflict for you? Because that's what we're really seeing here with the 5 of Swords in its reversal. I want you to really think about that today, and I want you to ask yourself if there are scenarios that, this is a letting go process. Everything I'm seeing here is very heavily around the letting go process. So a lot of this is trying to resolve some of those painful situations or circumstances that you're trying to move away from. They're not completely away. I'm going to say that. We're not seeing the fact that they're completely gone yet. They're not completely out of your space. But you're doing what you can to move forward from them, even if it's feeling kind of difficult. One of the reasons you're doing this is because we see a 6 of Wands in its reversal. So whatever this situation or circumstance was, it's one that does not make you feel like you were really truly seen or celebrated or acknowledged the way that you felt you ought to be. You may still be feeling like this around this situation or circumstance right now. And this is also helping you as you make the choices that you're making to move forward right now. Being able to... This isn't even necessarily the fact that you want to be applauded by any way, in any way, shape, or form, but it's just the fact that it's almost the opposite. You feel like you are really kind of looked down upon in this, or that something about this circumstance or scenario is painting you in a bad light. But this is also, I need to point out, this is what's giving you the impetus now to really move away from these things. It's making you understand that there's really not much to go back to around these. Because even the consideration of going back is one where you just don't feel that it would really be in your best interest, or that you'd be truly seen or recognized or valued for what you were trying to do. Still, we're seeing that you're caught in this limbo phase because we do have a 2 of Pentacles coming up as well for today. And this is really saying that for a lot of you, you're really considering what to do next. What is the right next step for you? And you're weighing your options. You're really looking at what you have to do and deciding what is the best course of action. For some of you, you're trying to make a very specific choice right now. And I need to also point out, integration is key. Integration is going to be key right now, because just because you can do something, because you can balance a lot of balls, I always just point out, just because you can juggle doesn't mean that you need to juggle all the time. And dealing with this is probably why we're seeing, even in the daily reads right now, so much of that disruptive energy, that feeling of chaos, because you're trying, and I want you to acknowledge yourself on this, you're trying to do a lot. And you're trying to do a lot, not just in one concentrated area, but you're trying to do it in multiple different places. So, this is a moment where I want you to really take today to think about, what does an integrated life look like? What does a life look like where things are not necessarily having to be kept apart from one another, but that everything can be joined and merged and balanced? And if I stuttered about the world being in its reversal and bringing it up in the fact that we've been received it this week at the beginning of the cards for the daily collective read, the reason I bring it up is because here she is again Here is that world in its reversal one more time for you to see. And so this is extremely important to keep in mind right now, which is the reason you're feeling so confused, so upside down, so disorganized, is because you're trying to do different things in very different places. One of the things that will help right now is if you work on your grounding, and if you try to focus on one thing at a time, try to move one ball forward, because what you're trying to do right now is you're trying to do so many things in so many different places. You're feeling that anxiety and frustration trying to balance them. Now is a really good time to ask yourself, is that balancing act really, truly necessary? More than anything, one of the things that's going to help you out of this feeling of confusion, of this feeling that the world is completely on its head, is creating this sense of equality in your life, in creating a sense of balance, in making sure that the things that you're putting your time and energy into are giving you back the same in kind. This is going to feel like a bit of a struggle, but if you take yourself out of this space where you're just, like I said earlier this week, moving from an action-reaction perspective, but instead focusing on balance within yourself, balance within the energy that you give to others as well as what you receive. This is what is going to turn things around. And I will say, I do see as the week progresses, we're going to see that turnaround, because again, we are having the first of the 6-card spread instead of a 5-card spread today with death. And I want you to stress that this is not a frightening card, that death is a good card to see here, because death means transformation. You are in the middle of a transformation process. That is not an easy place to find yourself. There's going to be things that you let go of, and you'll want you to embrace letting go of those things. And how are you going to know what you're going to let go of? You're going to let go of those things that are not giving you equal distribution back into your life. For many of you, this is also dealing with some legal issues today, potentially, because we also see the fact that the Justice card is very heavily involved around legality and justice and bureaucracy and things of this nature. Give yourself the grace to understand that when you're going through a transformation process, there are things that are going to have to be let go of, and that shedding is necessary, okay? There is a beautiful quote that I'm thinking of, which is by Khalil Gibran, which is, pain is the cracking of the shell of your understanding, right? There's no coming to consciousness without pain. And so I feel that this is going to be a painful process for many, but the thing is that pain is going to allow you to have this deeper understanding of the self. And this letting go is going to also allow this new energy in. You know, we see this beautiful horizon here in the death card that says, yes, things must end, but only so that new things can begin. Now, thank you guys so much for the likes and the shares and the follows. We are going to continue on this daily collective read. So let's start to break down and get some clarity as to what we're seeing right now. I want to get clarity right now between these two cards. So we have here the 5 of Swords in its reversal and the 6 of Wands in its reversal. So working on letting go of situations and circumstances, of moving away, as difficult as that is, from places where you don't feel like you are being seen or appreciated or cared about for the work that you are doing, for the things that you are doing, that you were in fact potentially even being painted in a bad light in those situations and circumstances. Can I please get one card to clarify between these 2 points, please? One card, please. Whoa, that's 2, but we're going to take it. You're holding off on the decision. Here's the thing. You're not necessarily ready to make that final decision. In fact, I think that a lot of you you're just kind of letting those situations where you're not being seen or appreciated or recognized, you're just kind of letting them sit. You're not doing any action around those at all right now, but that's okay, because the thing is, I'm going to say that there's something about this is an intuition call right now that's telling you just not to react, that non-reaction is kind of key for you right now. And that does not come from a place of weakness. That often when we have a moment when we choose not to react, as long as it is a conscious choice, it is a very actionable direction to move into, because you see here, you have the power to end things. You have the power to do a lot of things. You're just not doing any of those because mostly, more than anything, you're choosing to hold on taking any action to end or change things because you're concentrating entirely on what you can create right now. And I actually love that for this collective. I love the fact that you're like, you know, you're choosing not to engage in places that are not serving you, but instead focusing all of your time and energy on the places that you really want things to grow and thrive, the places that are giving you life, the places that are giving you support. You're understanding that these are the places that are going to be most fruitful for you. And this is bringing in a lot of new energy, a lot of new opportunities, maybe even potentially new romantic connections and romance, because Ace of Wands has a lot of passionate energy. So this is really going to translate into new partnerships or connections or new love offerings for many, or it's going to be more around projects, creativity, anything that you are choosing to put and direct your passion into right now is going to be the best place for you at the moment. Now, getting clarity between there's situations that you are feeling unseen and undervalued and unrecognized, or even potentially put down for a sense, or not cast in a good light, but you're still balancing them. You're still holding weight for them, which we see with this Two of Pentacles. So I'd like to get some clarity between why there is this situation or circumstance where you're holding something that is not really giving you any benefit, but you're not ready to let go. You're still trying to find a way to balance it. Can I please get a clarifying card between these 2 points? One card, please. One card, please. One. Whoop. Is that it? Nope. There it is. This is why. This is why you're feeling very vulnerable. You're feeling very, very vulnerable. And I need to point this out. Any situation or circumstance that you're in right now that someone or some situation is trying to cast you in a bad light, that is because you're letting them succeed. If it's causing you to feel vulnerable, if it's causing you to feel susceptible, then that is kind of why. But it's also creating the sense of making it hard for you to let go because you feel like you don't really have your power in this. You feel very powerless. And I want to stress to you that that is a state of mind. That in a way, understanding your own vulnerability right now is going to help you achieve this movement into a place of strength. And so there is a question about whether continuing to balance this or keeping mental space or even physical space for this feeling right now, is it really serving you? Is it really serving you, or is it just bringing you into a lower vibration? Because I don't like the fact that we see, you are creating, you are being very inspirational right now, but you're doing it from a place of vulnerability. So in one way, this is that your pain is the cracking of the shell to your own understanding, as I mentioned before. This is what's helping you create right now, but you're also creating from a place of deep wound that you're trying to heal in the same time. Now, getting some clarity between this Two of Pentacles and this World reversed, which I almost feel like I don't need to get clarity on it. Like the reason you're feeling like everything is upside down is because you're trying to do too many things at once, but we're still going to get some clarity on it. So can I get some clarity between this Two of Pentacles and the World card reversed? May I please get, we've got 2 cards coming up. Okay, listen, this is what you need to understand about this situation right now. Yes, for many of you right now, you're feeling like everything is upside down. Things are not going the way that they're meant to go. I need to stress this. Things are going exactly as they are meant to go. Everything is going according to plan. The thing is, sometimes we don't see the full plan. We don't see the full path that we're supposed to approach. And sometimes when things go catastrophically wrong, it can feel like we have somehow messed up, or you're off your plan. You cannot be off your plan. Everything is working as to the plan that you set out upon when you came here. It's just you might be in a low point, but I will also point out that with the Wheel of Fortune in its reversal, sometimes things feel their lowest right before they start to rise back up. And I'm seeing here that there's a big rising up that's occurring because we've got this beautiful Ace of Pentacles right on the horizon behind this Wheel of Fortune. So I need to stress this for many of you. there's going to be a point where you're going to look back on this, and you're going to look back on what you're experiencing and say to yourself, you know what, I thought that that was the end. I thought that that was like a low point. But had it not been for that circumstance or situation, nothing would be the way that they are. These opportunities, there are opportunities coming right now, because even in your lowest point. So, and these are very tangible opportunities. These are very, very physical offers. The Ace of Pentacles is not like a spiritual gift. It is a literal, like, earthly gift. So this is going to be your sign right now to keep going. Okay, I know things are feeling rough right now for many, but if you're feeling this, keep going, because to me, this is saying you are on the horizon of something that is very big that is coming towards you. And something about your situation right now needed to be the way that it is in order for this offer to come through, which I love. Getting clarity right now between the world and its reversal. So feeling like disoriented, feeling like things are spinning out in a sense. And if you feeling that disorientation, probably even in your daily life, just feeling like you can't kind of get a handle on things. Remember, grounding is key. Also, balance is key. With justice, there is something coming through right now that is creating some fairness or equality for you. Even in the midst, there is a clearing out that's happening, that's allowing, there's something about karma coming into play here too. The reason you're feeling so out of alignment right now is because I feel like for many of you, you're experiencing that like karmic cleanse, if you will, right before the end of the year. And so it's like, you know, I've got this vision of someone who like comes rushing into your house that you've like hired to clean, and just like moving everything and putting stuff where it's not supposed to be. And you're just like screaming at karma, like, please stop doing this. You don't know what you're doing. Karma's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what needs to be done. I'm doing the things that you can't do. But you're going to feel like a little topsy-turvy as it happens. Can I please get some clarity between these two, please? Whoop, there it is. Yeah. Again, this is big. This is very big, especially on top of the world reverse that we received. I know that a lot of you are feeling like there's like a big final ending that's happening. I need to remind you that that feeling of disorientation that you're experiencing right now, it's not an ending. It's a new beginning. It is a new start. Something is coming back to life. And you're right. There are things, we've got death card energy here. There are things that are coming to a very finite conclusion around you. But this is also the start of the newness. This is your reemergence. This is the phoenix coming up out of the ashes of whatever has catastrophically gone wrong in your life up until this point. So give yourself the grace to allow that moment for yourself and say, this is in a way, what I like about this is like the world here is in its reversal and they feel confused and upside down, but it's also a birth, right? There's a rebirth that's occurring right now around you, and it's going to feel like any birth, confusing and scary and frightening and make you a little dizzy, but trust the process. Trust that there's balance. Trust that you're being supported here, because this is a reemergence in the cycle. This is a new, very new cycle starting for many of you, and that's why you're feeling this way. Clarifying between this beautiful energy of justice with the death card. So a balance that's coming. There's balance that is being restored. There's balance that is being restored right now, and at the same time, there is this new energy. There is this new transformation coming through. Then what do we see? What do we see between these 2 points is, can I get one, please? Okay, here it is. And it's hidden. Here it is. Okay, beautiful. So again, we've got a balance that's happening. We've got new energy starting, new cycle starting. And what we see here is commitment, new commitments, new plans, new possibilities. And what I like about this so much is that this is a grounding energy, that this is something that is allowing you to have something more solid in your life. And it's also creating a stronger base for you to kind of emerge from. Okay. And for many of you, this is going to be like very much on paper. There's going to be new a lot of new things that are happening. There's new contracts, there's going to be new agreements, there's going to be new things in your life. But I want you to understand that they're all working to your benefit, because whatever this clearing out that's happening, that is happening around you right now, it's giving you a stronger voice. It's actually giving you a strength to your own voice. It's creating that ability to have more autonomy in your own life, which you may have lost or felt like you were losing in the process of this cycle occurring. So I'm actually very okay with all of these cards right now. I think that this is really beautiful. I'm very happy with the fact that we've got so many major arcana coming in, particularly around the end of the week. So that is also really beautiful, because we see here that there are new cycles opening, new plans happening. All right, let's continue. So we are going to clarify now between this beautiful energy. I love these two cards together. Are there problems and conflicts in your life right now? Yes, clearly. But you're taking the high road and you're just choosing not to react. I feel like this is really like, again, like this is almost like someone trying to poke a bear and you're just like literally just like ignoring it. You're ignoring anything that isn't serving you because you're concentrating fully on your own creative gifts, on your own new plans and projects. And, but in the midst of that, we do see the fact that you're feeling very vulnerable. You're feeling very vulnerable. You're feeling very unsure. But let's get some clarity, because I almost feel like that vulnerability is what's allowing you to create so much right now. That is what's allowing this creation to happen. But that's also why you're not responding to things, right? So can I please get one card to clarify here? One card, please. Whoop! That's more than one, but we'll take it. One is, listen, for many of you, a lot of this is just putting the burden down. You've decided the reason you're not reacting or responding to certain things right now is because you realize certain things do not or should not demand so much work on your front. That something in your life was just requiring you to do all of the heavy lifting, and you're done. You're done doing the heavy lifting for other people. You're done having to carry all of the mental effort in certain situations. And as it relates to the hidden card, because I can see it right now and you can't, why? You're choosing love. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing the things that are meant for you. You're choosing to appreciate yourself with that feeling of self-love. Now, and I will stress, this can hit a little differently depending on whether you align to masculine or feminine energy. Now, if you align to masculine energy, this can be putting the burden down and moving towards the points that of love that are easiest for you. It's really kind of moving towards the loving energy that you know is near you, and making the choice not to go anywhere, but instead to embrace that sense of love or that object of your affection. And for many of you, you may even be changing plans if you're a masculine right now, as it relates to wanting to be, choosing to stay somewhere for the sake of a connection. For feminine, this is really just about not necessarily needing to go anywhere or do anything, or to put in hard work in places that is not being your highest value, but instead giving yourself that sense of love, understanding you don't need necessarily to find someone to create this sense of love within yourself, that you embody it. And as long as you embody it, then you have everything that you need, which we love. And again, it's hard because it's still making you feel very vulnerable, because we see that there with that strength reverse. But this is the understanding that's coming. It's like the understanding of the difficulty that's pushing you into this new appreciation for yourself and the love that you deserve. Now, clarifying right now between this hairy energy of feeling very vulnerable, feeling very weak, but understanding that that is also a source of strength to a certain extent. Feeling like things have gone really off the rails to a certain extent, but not realizing that there are opportunities coming in right now, even in the midst of things going off the rails, that something about this situation or circumstance needed to happen to allow these new possibilities to emerge. Can I please get one card to clarify? One card, please. Whoop. Knight of Pentacles. This is interesting because this is going to hit a little differently. For many of you, the reason these new opportunities are coming in is because you are rejecting offers or individuals that did not necessarily deliver the things that you thought that they were, or recognizing and understanding that some possibilities or some connections in your life right now, they just weren't ever going to give you the things that you truly wanted or truly needed. Now, this is going to hit a little differently, as I said, depending on whether you align to masculine or feminine energy, bearing in mind that that's not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. Now, for many of you, for the masculines, as I said, this choice not to move and kind of fixating or focusing on the object of your affection. You're not doing anything either. Again, you're concentrating on your own creative endeavors, but your sight is stable in terms of what you want and who you want. For many masculines, though, this is going to indicate that you're not coming forward in any way with any offers right now, that you're not doing anything, that you're really just kind of staying in like a static place right now and concentrating on your own creative endeavors as opposed to like actually moving towards anything. Now, for feminines, this is really just understanding, and the reason you're giving yourself this self-love is you're seeing things and people for what they are. And you may even understand and recognize that there are some energies around you that you may have been putting a lot of time and energy into, but you recognize that they were never coming forward. They were never going to come forward with those offers, that some of those things were not really, bringing you what you want. And so that's also why you're this is the death cycle we see. This is you kind of pulling your energy back and not giving these energies you're not giving anyone the time of day, basically, who isn't really showing up for you or able to give you something a tangible offering. And I'm okay with that, because what that's allowing is for these bigger offers to come through, right? It's almost like you're clearing the board of anyone who hasn't been showing up for you the way that you need them to, so that these new offers can emerge, and so that you can wait and get the things that you truly need to feel supported and cared for and loved. Now, clarifying between, again, this hairy energy of things going catastrophically wrong, but also allowing for these new opportunities and new cycles to emerge, very tangible offers, and this beautiful phoenix rising from the ashes, this rebirth, this reemergence that's happening here, that, it's painful, but it's still good, right? The pain is the cracking of the shell that encloses your understanding. That's all I keep hearing in my head as I do this, the Khalil Gibran quote. The pain is the cracking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Can I please get one card to clarify? There it is. Oh, that's interesting because it went topsy-turvy. King of Cups. This is new energy. So again, look at the oppositional energy here between like these offers that weren't coming through versus the King of Cups. We love a King of Cups because while the King of Cups is the embodiment of a masculine energy that can hold their emotions, it is the masculine and the feminine emerging into one form. So a lot of this is turning your attention. It's going to hit a little differently depending on whether you align. Yes, that's how the light gets in. Beautifully said. This is going to align a little differently depending on masculine or feminine. If you're feminine right now, you are leaving yourself open and available to those masculine energies that can express their emotionality, that can offer that emotional aspect as well. You're not looking at anybody. You're not even looking for people to come forward with offers. You're looking for someone who you can speak to, who you can connect with in an emotional place that has that room to hold that place for you. And so this is where your attention is turning. Now for masculines, this is really you kind of moving out of a phase where you were not necessarily giving offers, but you're taking this time for yourself right now to really embody and understand your own emotionality, which we really love. This is what all this catastrophe and all this hard work from the masculines here is something that's allowing them to get in better tune with your own emotions, with your femininity, with your own sense of vulnerability, and understanding that one is not a rejection of the other, that you can be in a place where you feel these big feelings, but that doesn't diminish your own power. It'll make you feel vulnerable, But that's, and you know, I almost see here that for the masculines, this is very much more of a love reading, because there's something about the emotionality and the weakness that they're feeling around this energy that is not causing them necessarily to react, but to get into deeper understanding with their own emotions, which we love. And for feminine, this is really just making the choice now, the conscious choice to only allow those energies in that can hold this emotional space for you as you navigate this reemergence, if you will. Don't hate it. I like it a lot. Now, clarifying between this beautiful 10 of Swords in its reversal, so the ending of cycles, the new cycle beginning, this rebirth energy we're seeing, and with it, more of a voice, more of your own autonomy, being able to be seen and heard in a way you haven't been before. Also, new contracts, new plans, new paths going forward. Can I get clarity between these 2 points, please? One card, please. Oh, 2 cards. And wow. Again, hitting more of the daily cards, which is, again, the card of the day today coming up. How do we have new contracts created? How do we have new plans set in stone? We have to fix the foundation. We have to fix the foundation. And I love this. Look at these 2 cards together. This is exactly what today's daily card read was, which is, yes, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There are things that are ending around you, but they're ending because the foundation was not strong. There's something that needs to be rebuilt in your life. And that is why you're going to understand now. And that's what I said, where I'm like, you know, when you have those moments, you're going to be like, oh, I understand now why this needed to happen, or why this happened the way that it did. This is why. You're going to understand the foundation was not stable, and that is why the tower fell. And the way to fix that is to just clear things from the start, restart, rebirth, brand new starts, brand new. This is beautiful end of the year energy. It's painful. I'm not going to lie. It's a painful process, but this is for the best reason possible. Okay. All right, let's continue. So, getting now clarity in terms of this beautiful energy of 10. We got 2 of the 10 cards, so lots of completion, but this is new cycle because it's all in its reversal. So making the choice to kind of understand where you want to be, not making any huge moves, but taking this time to really appreciate yourself, depending if you're on feminine energy. If you're masculine energy, this is a choice not to go anywhere or move anywhere. You've kind of found the person or the direction that you want to put your love and energy into. And as a result, you're pulling back. Masculines are pulling back on offers or opportunities where they realize that wasn't where they want to be. Feminine is just kind of walking away from anyone that's not coming forward in any like tangible way towards them. Can I please get a card to clarify? And concentrating on the self and self-love. What does that cause? What happens then? New energy, new opportunities, new communication, new starts. If this is old energy coming towards you right now, this is going to speak towards a new approach in communication, which we love. And this can also indicate new people, new possibilities. So this can really go 2 ways. This is either old energy coming back, who's gone through their own rebirth cycle with that new communication, with that new start, or it's going to be brand new cycles, brand new energy, brand new everything, brand new people, brand new projects. We're okay with that. Clarifying between this really strong Knight of Pentacles in its reversal and the King of Cups. So for masculines, pulling back on this energy where you're entertaining or making offers that you weren't really going to come forward with, reconsidering how your approach was, spending a lot of time right now getting in better touch with your own feminine side, with your own emotionality. For feminine, this is turning away from energies that were not serving you or were not really bringing you anything tangible, and instead moving towards those energies, or opening up to those energies that are being emotionally honest, that are being emotionally vulnerable, that have space to like hear you and to listen to you and give thoughts and feedbacks to your own emotionality. Can I please get one card to clarify between these 2? One card, please. Six of Swords, which is again moving away from things, moving away from things, moving away from things, and not. I mean, listen, it's painful. It's a painful move away from things, but you're drifting away from those connections. You're just allowing yourself to drift away from those connections that were not serving you, and allowing this new emotionality to come in. And there is for some of you, this is going to be old energy that is being able to be more in an emotional center, and you're going to choose to move forward with them, bearing the pain of what has occurred, right? Bearing the pain of what has occurred. Or for many of you, this is also going to indicate moving away from certain people and situations that were not serving you towards those that are. Can hit a little differently depending on how you are connecting to it. Now, for masculines, this is really going to be trying to chart a course forward, but also finding a way to carry, how to chart this is where the emotionality comes in, how to chart a course forward, but also while carrying the pain of what has occurred, right? And for feminines, it's very much similar. Though for the masculines, it's more of an intentionality and understanding that they need to do something to find a way forward. Whereas with the feminines are kind of following the current. They're just trying to move forward right now in the most functional way while carrying the pain of what has occurred in the past. Now, let us continue. But again, we're okay because there is communication coming in. I see that with the Page of Wands. Clarifying right now between this beautiful King of Cups. So this masculine energy embodying this place where they can hold emotionality, where they can hold space for emotions, where they're becoming more centered or grounded with their own emotionality, as well as coming to terms with the fact that things had to go the way that they did, that things did kind of collapse, but it was because the foundation was never right in the first place. Understanding that there's a true clearing of the board that needs to take place right now, and that these things kind of were going to go this way either way because the foundation just was not ever set up right. This is the clearing out cycle. So clarifying between these two energies is how do you clear out that bad energy? You heal it. You heal it with a devil in its reversal. So this is showing that one of the reasons that this tower fell was because the intentions were wrong. That the intentions were never stable because it was just serving your baseline needs. This is a clearing of toxicity. This is the clearing of bad habits. This is that cleansing process that needed to happen with the collapse. So for many of you, I'm seeing that this is a restorational process that's happening and emerging. So either, this for masculines, it's trying to come forward and trying to basically rebuild something that you realize was kind of flawed from the start. You recognize now why it was flawed from the start. And the way you're able to correct that is by clearing this karmic, this things that were chaining you, that didn't allow you to have your emotionality because they were so based in addictions or bad habits or needs of that matter. This is the work. You understand that this is an internal process that needs to happen to clear this within you. And for feminine, it's moving away or moving into spaces where you're working with energies that have that masculine energies, that have that emotional center, that have shown you that they can, meet you where you need to with that emotionality, and allowing and understanding that the things that are departing from your life right now, as difficult as they were not for your best interest because they were not a part of this healing journey. So everything right now is a part of the healing journey for both masculine and feminine. And I do like the fact that both sides are kind of seeing this in the same perspective, which is wanting to restore, wanting to fix with a healthier, better foundation and a healthier start. I love this reading. Okay, we're getting down to 2 cards. So clarifying now between the Page of Wands, new communication, new New communication, either old energies coming in a new way, or brand new communications, brand new projects, and trying to find a way forward while still carrying the pain of the past with you. That's where that vulnerability from the Strength card comes in. Can I please get one card to clarify? Whoop, we got 3 cards to clarify. Oh, but they're really beautiful cards, so I'll take it. You're still in suspended animation on something. There's something here. There's an unwillingness to let go of past situations and circumstances. This is why nobody's doing anything right now. Nobody wants to let go, because there is the hope of reunion occurring with the Two of Cups. So there is this desire of reunion, but there's so much pain here. Do you see how these two are trapped here? No one is sure what to do because of the pain, and there's a solitary journey happening for both people, but there's pain. But in the midst of it, both parts want that joining. Well, that's where we find ourselves. So this is where it's really a question of who is going to speak first, as it were. Who's going to find the right words to try to move forward from this place of carrying so much pain, right? And so this is where we get this stuckness right now, where everyone's just working on themselves, because nobody wants to leave, but everyone's too hurt. And, in the heart of it, there's something about not doing anything is a way to preserve the connection, right? That's what's really beautiful and sad around this right now. It's like just holding the pose, as it were. Clarifying right now about trying to find a way forward while holding the pain that you've been experiencing, and also understanding that there's a healing journey going on right now, trying to heal those past wounds, trying to heal those bad karmic situations, going through. It's not an easy process when we see Devil in its reversal, but it's acknowledging that something was broken. That's very important here. We're seeing all of that happening with this transformation of the Death card. Clarifying between those 2 points is this is going to bring you a new way forward. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, because there's a lot of cards between here or there, but rest assured that even though you are in this place of holding, that this is a new direction. This is a new path forward that is being carved, even in the middle of this holding pattern. All right, guys, this is getting us now to the final card. So we are now clarifying between this really beautiful but sad situation of 2 individuals, a partnership where no one is sure what to do or how to move. Nobody's doing anything because everyone is looking for insight, even though they're holding the pose, and they're kind of stuck because they're still dealing with a lot of heartbreak and a lot of pain, and trying to find a way forward in the midst of carrying all of that in the Chariot. Can I please get one card to clarify? What is the final card? Whoa, that's 2 cards. Okay. There's that other 10 card. This is going to lead to a new bright. Listen, all of this, all that you're feeling, this is a new opportunity, a new world. There is a completion happening, and it's leading to things being open and more and better for you. The 10 of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards. This is speaking right now that like the connection is fine. There's connections that are just holding, but that instead the only thing being done right now is working on the world around you and trying to get back in touch with this new world that you find yourself in. And a lot of you are just like, that's the thing, you're not even looking at new offers and opportunities right now because you're stuck in this partnership that you don't want to go anywhere. So you're just kind of staying here, not doing anything, concentrating on yourself, and also like just not playing around anymore. Things have gotten very serious. You're not looking at anything that is just like for fun anymore. Everything is, it's almost like the stakes have gone up, because after this like cataclysm, you know that your main focus right now is the world around you and making that world as good as you can and doing the things that you need to do in that space, and not really worrying so much about partnership or plans or even like having fun. Just really a huge focus this week on work, the world, your connections, all of those things. Holding a lot of pain for connections that like are not going anywhere, but also recognizing that like you don't want to do anything on them right now because you don't want to mess anything else up. And because you're still kind of in this place where the connection is strong, but you're dealing with a lot of pain from it. All right. That is our read for the day. Let us get bottom of the deck. So final card, bottom of the deck on all of this is, yeah, that's accurate. Listen, I think the thing that's sad is I think that there is, and this is such Capricorn energy here, considering we're starting Capricorn season. I think a lot of this sadness and a lot of this weakness is this feeling of feeling like there is no happy, like there's no happy ending or happy resolution to what's going on right now. I want you to remember that, you know, you're in a wheel of fortune reverse, which means like, don't let your negative thinking affect things. You can never, you know, we never know exactly what is coming on the horizon for us. Continuing this work on yourself is good, but just don't let yourself get caught in this like pessimism or negative thinking that there isn't a happy ending on this, or that you aren't going to have like that desired outcome that you want. It's what I'm really seeing here is a focus on the now. Like, don't get caught in like when you're feeling like this right now, don't get caught worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow or next week. Just concentrate on right now. Okay, especially with all of this transformation energy, you don't need to be thinking about what's going to happen in like a week with that person or in a month with that person. You need to focus right now on what is going on for you and making that as good as possible, and respecting the fact that if you're holding space for someone, clearly you are, that's just going to work, you know, that's going to work itself out one way or another. But, you know, trying to, you know, get in the space where you're trying to think about these possible alternative futures or whatever's going to happen, it's also just like, it's taking you away from the work that needs to be done right now. It's not helping you in any way. And in a way, like, if you're thinking so negatively about it, you're like kind of disaster planning. We don't want that either. So just concentrate on right now. Don't worry so much about this future. Make right now the happy occasion. Make right now the happy occasion instead of thinking about one that's coming in the future. Well, thank you guys so much. That is our collective read. Just a reminder to anybody that if you would like to book a personal reading, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. I've also just included a new part of my site called Gifter Reading, which gives you the option of being able to purchase a gift reading for another individual. When you go to purchase, you have the option of having me send that to them digitally immediately, or having it sent to you so that you can print out a certificate and give it to them, because I know it's the holiday season. I don't want to spoil the surprise if someone wants to give a gift reading and then I send an email. And also, please keep in mind, when you book a personal reading on my site, it's a two-step process. You have to pay for the reading, you have to book the reading. If you don't do both, we can't have the reading. Also keep in mind that if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, and you can subscribe by clicking my name at the top, right up there, and hitting the subscribe button, you can get 10% off any of my services when you go to book a personal reading. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, guys.